Hello, guys. Good morning. I hope you're all doing fine. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Haoma underscore KE. Thank you guys for the love and support that you've shown me uh, by watching my videos. So today I just wanted to take some black tea. I've been taking white tea for some time. So when I want to take my black tea, I have to mix it with some rosemary so that to have a nice taste in it. And sorry about my kettle. It has stayed for so long. It's an old kettle. So, but I prefer making my black tea with this kettle because black tea spoils the sufurias, so that's why I'm using that. So as my tea continues cooking, let me prepare some smoothie for my kids. I'm really taking advantage of the avocado season, and here in the farm we always have bananas in our farm. So I decided now to make some smoothie for my kids, and I'm only going to use the avocado and only 2 bananas because one of the things that I've realized, my kids do not like eating bananas and avocados a lot. Maybe because it is in plenty here. We always have avocado and bananas. Especially there's this one tree that has constant supply of avocado all through the year. So I think they do not miss taking avocado. That's why it's not their favorite fruit. So when I'm making it, I always tell them in advance that today you have to take this smoothie. And you've realized I've not put a lot of ingredients in my smoothie. If I'm making it just for myself, I make sure I put even chia seeds and either lemon. But if it's just for the kids, I only do only 2 fruits and milk. That is it. So I'm going to give them and then head on now to the farm. My the youngest child, Elsie, loves eating. She has very good appetite, so I always do not have a problem with her feeding. But the second one, Myla, she's always a choosy. You can realize she's even smiling and asking, "Mami ni nini?" So she's always that one child that has to ask what food you're cooking before she even takes. So let me take my tea. I'll take my smoothie later during the day, but let me take my tea first so that I can head on to the farm to do now the farm work. So I've changed to a more comfortable outfit because going to the farm with a dress is the most uncomfortable thing you can do to yourself. So yesterday we received a stormy rain. There was a lot of storms. So I'm just checking and seeing that one of the bananas just fell from the tree and it is already ripe. So every single day we always get 1 or 2 bananas from the farm. And that is the beauty about my life here in the village. And the birds always try to build their nest in the bananas. I don't know the reason why. Maybe it is warmer inside there. And even rats. Sometimes you find even rats inside the bananas. So I always try as much as possible to check inside before now I can even take the banana to my house, because one day I did that before checking and I had so many rats in my house. So after I checked the other video that I recorded checking on my cabbage, I decided before I let the cabbages now rot in the farm, let me just be harvesting those that are looking a little bit better. So this is one of them. I'm just checking to see if it has some volume inside and then harvest it. So I will sow some cabbage seeds later, because I really want to try it out on cabbage farming, because if it does very well, cabbage is very expensive here. We are buying one cabbage at around 80 shillings. So if it does very well, I can even venture in cabbage farming and also onion farming, because right now I've been able to know the tricks about onion, the red onions, but for the cabbage, I'm still struggling with it. So I'm trying to weigh if I sow the second season and it does well, I think I'm going to do cabbage farming next year. So my carrots are almost over, but I've planted some on the other side. So these ones, they're almost over, but the beauty about it, I'm just harvesting what I need. So every single day, I have to harvest 1 or 2 carrots, or even 10 carrots to use. And because I have plenty, I always use a lot of carrots in my food. And sometimes even I use for my salads. And the bell peppers, that is another vegetable that I need to uh, research a lot, because this time round it has failed me. So this is just how I harvest my spring onions, because I've seen so many people uproot theirs, but I always don't see the sense of uprooting if I can just pluck and it grows again. So that is what I always do. I just pluck my spring onions and they grow again. Even the red onions, I'm also harvesting their leaves, and they taste a little bit different from the spring onions. They are a little bit tougher than the spring onions. So I'm just going to wash this and then shred the cabbages to see if it is full enough, or if it has something inside, and then I'll head on to start cooking our lunch. When I planted the cabbages, so many people told me that cabbage will not do well completely on our soil, because we live in Bungoma and cabbages do very well in Mount Elgon. Maybe because of the soil and the weather, it's a little bit colder and cooler on the other side than here. Here it's a little bit warm. So many people told me cabbage will not do well, carrots will not do well. But funny enough, I've tried just randomly, and right now I'm even harvesting, even if it is a small cabbage, I can applaud myself and say I did something impressive to myself. As you can see, that small cabbage has given me all this, which is very impressive, and I cannot, uh, there's no day that I can hear somebody tell me that this crop cannot grow here or this other crop cannot grow here. So this is what I've managed to save. Imagine I've saved around 50 shillings, because a smaller cabbage costs around 50 shillings here in our our market, just at the shops here. So that is what I've saved. So for lunch, I'm going to prepare githeri. Githeri is a local food here in Kenya. It's prepared with maize and beans. So these are the beans that I harvested the other day. So because I just use it here at home, I just I always do not put any chemical on them because I just use it for consumption. So if you want to store your beans without using any chemical, if you have these big buckets that have lids, you can always put your beans there and then cover it up. You'll never see even a single weevil inside your beans. So that is what I always do, and it works for me. It works for me with the beans because I do not harvest a lot of beans. It's not like the maize. Maize, I harvest so many bags of maize. So for maize, I have other ways of preservation. We always buy sacks that have 2 polythene bags inside. So that is what I always do. So I'm going to wash my beans and then boil them separately. So when I'm boiling my beans, I do not mix the beans with the maize. The reason why, if I want to cook beans with rice or beans with chapati, I can just use it without any problem. And I always like preparing a lot of beans at once so that I can save also on cost and time. So that is the reason why I am boiling just beans separately. And then the maize, I'm going to boil them later. And cooking with a pot makes the beans cook very faster. Within 2.5 hours, the beans will be ready. And if you compare buying beans from the market and the ones that you harvest them, the one that you harvest cooks very fast than the one that you buy from the market. I don't know why. Maybe the way they dry the beans differ from how we dry our beans. Maybe that's the reason why their beans take a little bit longer so before it's ready. Let's now harvest some maize that I'm going to use to cook our githeri. So I'm going to harvest just enough for, I think, 2 meals because I'm trying to avoid overcooking a lot of food, and then when there is no power, most of the food spoils. So I'm just going to harvest just a little bit, but the moment I realize the green maize are almost over, I'm going to now to cook a lot of green maize so that I can store for future use. So this is just what I've harvested, enough for 2 meals, and then I'm good to go. So some I'm going to use for taking tea with them. So I'm going to boil some because this is a lot for githeri. So some I'm going to just boil for taking tea with. So as my maize boils, I'm going to pour wood ash in my garden. So the reason why we do that is because we do organic farming and we depend on what we have in our homes to enrich our soils. So, and one of the ways that you can enrich your soil and improve fertility of your soil is by using wood ash. So wood ash is gotten from just the outdoor kitchen, if you have an outdoor kitchen. And also we are supposed to use it on moderation, because ash is an organic lime. So also, because even lime you are supposed to use it on moderation, and also the ash is supposed to use it on moderation. So that is what I always do. I do not pour it every single time. So if I've poured here on this farm, the other time I'll pour on the other side. So lately we've been having a lot of thieves in our home. So the other day they just came and stole all the taps that are outdoor from the tanks, my outdoor sink. They stole all the taps. And that is why all my outdoor taps are in plastic, because we are torn between durability and just saving money, because we cannot be buying taps every single day from the thieves, stealing the taps every single day. That's the reason why we decided to bring a dog, because dogs will alert you, especially if there is an intruder that has come to your compound. And we've been having dogs the past, but because our compound, our fence is just a natural fence, just barbed wire and chain link, dogs tend to dig from the fences and then they disappear. So that's why you're seeing we've put this one in a chain, and then it will be confined until it gets used to the compound. Our beans is ready. After around 2.5 hours, it was ready. And also the maize that we had cooked, it's also ready. So now let's prepare our lunch together. So we are cooking githeri, as I had said earlier, and I'm using all the vegetables from the garden, except the tomatoes. All the other vegetables are from the garden, and even the spice that I'm using is the rosemary powder that I ground the other time. So the amount of money I'm saving is a lot. I had really missed eating githeri. One of the foods that I ate when I was a child and I still love that food is githeri. We used to carry githeri every single day in our lunchbox, until even my friends would ask, kwani nyinyi huwa hamkuli kitu ingine isipokuwa githeri? Where? But I don't know why. I still love githeri even right now, because it is one of the foods that I cannot live without in my home. So my lunch is ready. I cooked not so much the cabbage, the salad. So our lunch is ready. We are going to take githeri, the salad, and some avocado. And I think I'm taking a lot of avocado, but it's not bad because it is organic. But I'll be taking in moderation, because I know sometimes it affects me when I take a lot of avocado. So let's enjoy our lunch. Bon appetit. That is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I had a thunderstorm, and that is the reason why I just had to go inside the house. So thank you so much for watching. Be blessed. See you in my next video. Bye bye.